Ambassador Lear Kev tapped his recorder crystal as the Galactic Council's vote slammed through. All screens flickered with green approvals, 80 and 7% in favor.
Limited compliance invasion authorized, the chair intoned. Lear's tentacles clenched.
Earth's tariffs defied the accord. A police action, they called it. Quick seizures of comm hubs. Broadcast render terms. Humanity would-fold. Lear leaned into his station. Recording for archives. Council invokes Article 47. Target. Sols. Comanda Strategos Harax.
Whispers rippled among the envoys.
Dixari delegate nodded smugly. Humans lacked fleet cohesion. No plasma lances. Primitive kinetics.
Lear filed the dissent note anyway. Earth signals buzzed with odd defiance patterns.
It dismissed it. Bureaucracy would grind them. Strategos hack-strode onto the bridge of the coalition flagship Vanguard's Fist. Captains snapped to attention in the hollow briefing globe. We punched through their orbitals, Rax barked. His armored crest gleamed under the lights. Dropships target 3 sites. New York Com Array, Mumbai Relay, Rio Space Elitor Node. Cease, broadcast, done. A Bexari captain tilted her head. Humans have no voice defenses worth noting. Scans show cargo haulers only. Hacks grinned, fangs bared, exactly. They build tall on planets, not ships.
Overwhelm ground assets. Your squads link neural jammers to towers.
Terms scroll in every language. They surrender by dawn. Cheers echoed. Rax punched the activation rune. Dropships decoupled from the armada, engines flaring blue. Lear Keth gripped his observer harness as the shuttle bucked into Sol's outer defenses. Rax's fleet dominated 200 cruisers, drone swarms blotting stars, Earth's orbitals scattered like panicked fish. Coalition lances car paths. Police action. Lear muttered into his comm. His role witness compliance. Record the humans' grateful capitulation. Dropships screamed atmosphere. Rio's coastline rushed up skyscrapers, the towering elevator stalk piercing clouds. Anti-air bursts peppered the sky, but coalition shields shrugged them off. Lear's shuttle skimmed waves, then boosted vertical. Explosions bloomed ahead. Node desecured. Rax's voice crackled. Squads deployed. Rax's lead dropship slammed onto the control platform. Marines-empowered exos poured out, plasma rifles humming. Humangars fired back, bullets pinned harmlessly off armor. A coalition sergeant waved forward. Ham their signals. Uplink the terms. Text slapped nodes onto consoles. Surrender script bloomed on every Earth screen. Compliance or escalation. Rax landed beside them, scanning the horizon. Human aircraft dotted the sky, but no real threat. Elitor stalk intact. Bloodbaths eat. Fleet reports orbitals falling silent. Pride swelled. Decorated from the Orion pacification, he knew primitives broke fast. Admiral Maravens watched her tactical holotable flicker. Coalition signatures swarmed Earth's rim. Evacuate orbitals, she ordered. Her voice cut through the NSS rantless bridgecom. Crews nodded, no panic. Shuttles ghosted from stations, vanishing into Lagrange shadows. Pull surviving birds deep, Vance added. No emissions. Go cold.
Her fingers traced supply maps.
Coalition patterns scream predictability. Hubs first. Pair intercepts. Director Sato's Intel Gold. Bureaucracy favored comms over logistics. Captain Reyes glanced up. They're seizing Rio Node, ma'am. Broadcast live. Vance's lips thinned. Let them. Plot turnover burns for the outer belt. Humans didn't charge blind. They lugged. Planned. Sato's team mapped alien convoy lanes weeks ago. Fuel depots. Predictably, resupply alts. Learketh stepped onto the Rio platform, air thick with ozone. Coalition Marines herded human technicians into pens. Rax towered nearby, directing drone patrols. Broadcast loops, a tech confirmed. Earth's nets lit up with demands. Lear checked his pad. Fleet pings showed victory. Orbitals dark. Ships captured or fleeing. Council will commend this, he said to Rax. The Strategos snorted. Humans chatter defiance on open lands. Ignore it, but they frowned. Scans showed no mass surrender, no panic floods, just silence from space. Hector Kenji Sato hunched over intercepts in Geneva's war room. Screens crawled with alien chatter. Coalition fixation confirmed, he murmured. His team cross-referenced supply maps. Bexari freighters lugged 3 out back. Xari drones on fixed patrols. Window in those hours. Sato attack patterns. Aliens cluster Viper forward. Logistics trailed. Human stealth drives. Prototype, Yon Silent, waited in the black. Brax paced the node platform as night fell. Marines reinforced barricades. Human resistance snipers drones, but coalition shields held. Fleet status, he demanded. Orbital secured, strategos, no counterattack. Like activated his wide scan. Something itched. Earth's elevator stalk hummed, but no traffic. Where are their ships? Harrix waved it off. Doctor scrapped. Primitives. Down broke. Coalition captains reported. New York, array jammed. Mumbai, relay seized. Broadcasts run non-stop. Racks linked to the vanguard's fist. Prepare occupation broadcast. Council watches. Then alarms wailed. Admiral Vance's fleet materialized from shadow. Cinco Unes vessels, sleek, kinetic heavy, slammed into the coalition rear. Fire all rails, Vance commanded. Projectiles land silent, no plasma glow. Coalition cruisers buckled, hulls crumpling under tungsten storms. Target logistics trains, she added. Sato's maps overlaid freighters exposed. Uman missiles, cheap, swarm smart, ripped through drone screens. Explosions chained. On the relentless bridge, Regis whooped. Hits confirmed. Their supply lines shredding. Vance nodded once. Reform on me, hit the next vector. No gloating. Whose vectors? Rack staggered as the platform shook. Orbital feats died in fireballs. What? His com exploded. Rear ambush. Kinetics. Logistics gone. Leo scanner screamed. Human ships. Where? Lagrange ghosts. Silent hunters. Coalition cruisers spun, bending Atmo. Davens wink out. Evacuate node. Hacks roared. Marines scrambled for dropships. Human jet screamed. In precision strikes on exposed squads, the platform buckled. Lear dove for cover. A high slug vaporized a barricade nearby. Heat singed his frills. Humans didn't broadcast surrender. They vanished, reappeared, punched through patterns like paper. Sato watched the feeds in Geneva. Vance's their flank. Tack the command ships. Intercept poured in. Alien panic spikes. Rack's fleet fractured, captains fleeing vectors, ignoring doctrine. Rack's dropship lifted amid chaos. Rio node smoked below. Regroup at rally point, he bellowed. Kinetics ignored shields, punch prows, no waste. Surgical. Lear clung to his harness, heart pounding. Strategos, the orbitals, gone. They pulled everything dark. Rack's crest flattened, impossible. Primitive scanned. Auman corvette ghosted past, rails flashing. The dropship lurched, engines dying. Vance's holotable cleared. Coalition remnants scattered. Secure the belt, she told Rage. Sato says their council's next. Lear tumbled into the crashing dropship. Wreckage sprayed the coast. Marines groaned. Rax dragged him clear, eyes wide with alien fear. Human aircraft circled, deliberate. No por suerte. Who's control? Lear keyed his recorder. Voice shaking. Council. Humans don't surrender. They log. Wait. Strike. The sea roared. Orbitals empty. Coalition broken. Earth's answer. Absence. Then, precision hell. Hack stared at the stars. No victory cheers. Only the hum of approaching human shuttles. The wrong species. Lear Keth sidestepped a toppled drone husk and scammed the Rio node's shattered plaza. Coalition banners hung limp from lampposts riddled with bullet holes. Human graffiti slashed the bases. We see you. Heck activated his lock pad, frills twitching at the acrid smoke. Entry, day 47, occupation. No, the infrastructure defeat suppression. Power grids segmented. Redundancies bypass our jammers. He ducked into a gutted office tower. Screens flickered behind blast-shielded windows. Humans had woven fiber optics through sewer lines, invisible to orbital scans. Lear traced the cable bundle snaking under rubble. It pulsed with encrypted traffic. Failures logged, 23% blackout compliance. Civilians rode around enforcer nets via ad hoc relays. Predictable? No. Adapt. A patrol clanked past. Hacks bar troopers crest slow. One kicked the barricade of fused vehicles. Sparks flew. No man response. Leave noted it. Troops expend munitions on ghosts. Human banishments correlate with patrol sweeps. Infrastructure lesson. Earth nets are not centralized. They fractal. It climbed to a vantage. The node sprawled below. Highways cratered, but drone swarms hummed in alleys, ferrying parts. Water pumps chugged from hidden reservoirs. Coalition supply lines strained. Fuel depots empty. Rations spoiled by accidental contaminants. Lear's pad chimed. Intercepts showed human chatter spiking underground. Council advisory, underestimate at peril. Humans log our patterns like we log stars, Boots echoed. Learspan! A human scavenger froze, eyes hard under a hood. She bolted before he raised his sidearm. He logged. Civilian resilience. Opportunistic, non-confrontational. They endure. Director Kenji Sato hunched over the jury-rigged console in Geneva's sublevel. Fingers flew across keyboards. Reroute Buenos Aires Mishtu Node 9 backbone. Harden against 4.7 GHz sweeps. Text nodded, splicing civilian router scraps into the grid. Satellite links did weeks ago. Coalition jammers choked the sky, but Earth's voice refused silence. Alarms blared. Fresh intercept. Rex fleet tightening Rio curfew. Sato cross-reference supply maps. Alien enforcers funneled troops to plazas, blind to flying vectors. Perfect. Flood the darknet with ghost signals. Draw their sniffers. Screens bloomed with rerouted pings, home Wi-Fi, IoT relics, even smart fridges chained into a wartime web. Bandwidth surged 40%, a junior analyst burst in. Director, Coalition Shuttle inbound Sol relay. Encryption belt aboard. Sato's eyes narrowed. Bounce gets first crack. Tack cords, our new grid carries herders clean. Heki the broadcast. Woman cells lit up worldwide. Mechanics, coders, survivors. Scraps became steel. No central node, no single kill. The invaders cut the boys. They got echoes. Admiral Mara bands gripped the corvette's rail as it ghosted through debris fields. Right teams, sink on my mark. Snatch the box. Torch the rest. The rotable glowed. Coalition command shuttle, fat with encryption hardware, lumbering toward Rio relay. Micro-ride pods detached. 6-person strikes. Kinetics hot. Shields minimal. They expect surrender, not scalpels. Bands watched feeds. Pods latched silent. Breachers popping airlocks. Marians flowed in. Mad boots clamping bulkheads. Alien crew scrambled. Plasma rifles spitting wild. Human supersor chug. Non-lethal takedowns. Per protocol. No waste. Hardware secure. Rages crackled. Quantum keys. Full suite. Shuttles reactor spiking. Evac now. Pods peeled off as the shuttle bloomed fire. Wreckage scattered, masking the riders. Back aboard, techs cracked the keys in minutes. Sato's greed flooded with decrypted alien orders. Cracks massing for broadcast surrender demand. Bands plotted vectors. Flanked their rally. Rails on pros, not hulls. Logistics win wars. Air fleet, Lian carriers, refit freighters, slip dark. Coalition assumed primitives, heat in dirt. Humans turned vacuum into veins. Strategos Hrax bellowed into the command nexus. Titan curfews! Concentrate legends at Rio Central forced their leaders to broadcast surrender. Holo displays showed troops herding humans into plazas, floodlights piercing night, dropships ferried reserves, enforcers chaining streets. His eye stiffened. Strategos flanks report ghosts. Comms glitch, civilian signals bleeding through jammers. Rex crest flared. Primitives. Crush the notes. Voices die. He ignored the maps. Supply convoys stretched thin, captains querying doctrine amid vanishing scouts. Humans didn't charge. They nibbled. A console spark, intercepts poured in. Decrypted somehow. Panic vectors lit red. Regroup. Hack slammed the Talon down. But scopes flickered. Human corvettes ghosted edges. Rails silent. No assault. Whose pressure? His fleet fractured captains broke formation, fleeing phantom pings. Hacks launched for the plaza, witnessed their kneel, Lirket clutched wreckage as Rack's dropship shuddered skyward. Rio node smoked below, coalition banners aflame. Human aircraft circled, deliberate, no pursuit, pure control. Ir kit his recorder, frills flat, live log, retaliation face. Humans built from scraps. Our encryption? Theirs now. Bureaucracy predictable. They mapped it. Rax dragged him from the crushing husk, eyes wide. Marines groaned amid debris. Shuttles vine inbound. Human marines dropping precise. Hoost seekers. Lear stared at empty orbitals. Coalition remnants scattered. Strategos. We triggered the wrong species. Rax's gaze fixed on stars. Human kinetics carved the armada. Surgical, no excess. Earth's answer echoed. Absence, then precision. The Galactic Council would fracture next. Voices rose from hidden grids. Unkillable. Never anger humans. Admiral Maravans watched the Coalition patrol's icons drift closer on her tactical holoscreen. She tapped the bait drone's trigger. A fine civil distress ping bloomed in their path, forged from intercepted Rio chatter. Patrols biting, her executive murmured. Ectos locked. Vance nodded. Go squadron. Cold run. No emissions. Lice the tenders first. Drums slipped from the debris corridor's shadow, dark holes blending with twisted wreckage from the initial invasion. Coalition scouts, 3 frigates, fat with fuel pods, pushed forward, scanners sweeping. They missed the ghosts entirely. Rails spat silent. Kinetic needles punched through logistics hulls. Fuel vents ignited in chain reactions. Patrol ships listed, engines starving. "Comes blackout on them," Vance ordered. "Let Rax think it's glitches." Her fleet hung back, corvettes coiled in the Bell's graveyard. Humans didn't charge. They waited. Patrol wreckage now masked deeper traps. Director Kenji Sato's fingers flew across intercept arrays. Forged pings flooded coalition bands. Ghost status reports from loyal frigates. Supply confirms even fake surrender queries. "Mask the shift," he told his team. Brios orbital relays hummed Ishak civilian sats bouncing the noise. Human battle groups slid unseen through the debris lanes, vectors invisible amid the spam. One tech glanced up, their doctrine filters kicking in, prioritizing high-threat ghosts over real movement. Sato allowed the thin smile. Bureaucracy logs every ping, flew harder, mimic their command cadence. Coalition channels choked. Captain's query duplicates. Human fleets ghosted past, closing on the main supply artery. Strategos Hex Bridge erupted in clamor. Flanks ghosted again. Patrols silent, insurgency in orbit. His talon slammed the armrest. Crest flatted crimson. The scouts banished, one after another. Maps showed phantom pinks swarming his flanks, but core vectors clear. Primitives nibble at shadows, Rax snarled. Commit Escort Group Theta, heavy cruisers, full tenders. Pushed to the relay nexus. End this insurgency now. Captains hesitated. Strategos, supplies stretched. Doctor demands crash. Hacks overrode. Full thrust. Burned their ghosts. Escort group surged forward. 6 cruisers ringed by bulging logistics pods. Fuel barges trailed. Reactors hot. Scanners blazing. They barreled into the debris corridor, ignoring the bake pings as noise. Lear Keth gripped the dropship wreckage. Frills quivering. Human Marines secured the crash site. Below Rio's smoking plaza. No shouts, just zip ties and sensor sweeps. Rax crouched beside him, optics fixed on the sky. Coalition banners burned in the streets. Human aircraft patrolled deliberate arcs overhead. "Strategos," Lit whispered. "Our orbitals." A new roar split the heavens. Rax's escort icons lit to his wristpad, then froze. High orbit. Admiral Vance's ghosts uncoiled. Cold drones, hundreds, silent since launch, swarmed from the patrol debris. No warnings, no logs. They struck the tenders. Kinetic swarms shredded logistics pods. Fuel bladders ruptured, plasma blooms chaining across the formation. Cruisers fired blind, point defense chewing vacuum. One barge exploded, shrapnel gutting its neighbor. Warships yowed, reactors flickering dry. Logistics breach. A cruiser captain broadcast, panic cracking his voice. Fuel critical, drones sliced again, but vented gas in glittering clouds. Cruisers drifted powerless, weapons cold. Van's voice caught her comms net creeps. Hold fire on hulls. Strength them. Sato, amp the pings. Make them think relief's inbound. Sato's floods peaked. Fake coalition tugs pinged en route. Status greens blooming amid the chaos. Stranded captains broke formation. Chasing phantoms. Raxpat screamed alerts. Escort Group Theta, his heavies hung dead in space. Tenders gutted. Warships intact but impotent, drifting fuel-less hulks. "No," Rax growled, rising.
Impossible. They hit the gas station first.
Liz gills flared. It keyed his recorder. Optics locked skyward. Streaks mark drone paths. Precise, no waste. Human corvettes ghosted edges now, rails humming silent threats. From the plaza, Human Marines glanced up, unmoved. The aircraft tightened loops. "No cheers, control." Sato's arrays purred. Intercepts poured in. Coalition captains begging vectors, doctrine crumbling under ping overload. Human fleets reposition unchallenged. Supply lines flipped. Phase 2 vectors green, Sato murmured. "Banthe, your windows open." Director Sato patched to Vance. Their heavies stranded, relic nexus exposed. Vance's holos updated set the group a floating graveyard of dry-docked cruisers, logistics skill confirmed. Pushed the corvettes, a squadron accelerated, debris cloaking the advance. The coalition remnants scattered. Captains overriding Rax commands in desperation. Rax seized a Marines dropped comms unit, slamming frequencies. "Theta, regroup on my mark, burn reserves." Static answered. A faint ping, forget, echoed his own voice. Affirmative, reserves committed. Human signals own the bands now. Coalition unity fractured mid-burn. Escort cruisers twitched. Reactors puttering dry. Drones circled like sharks. Needling struts. One warship's breech bented. Crew exposed, suits failing. Frack's crest collapsed flat. They map us. Every pod, every route. Buyer nodded, voice thin. Bureaucracy. We logged it all. They listened. From the streets, human ground teams advanced on coalition holdouts. No frenzy, methodical clears. Shuttles dropped more Marines, securing pads. Skyleet anew. Vancy's corvettes unleashed rails barked kinetics into the relay nexus. Coalition such shattered. Comms blacked out fleet-wide. Stranded heavies broadcast surrender bursts. Rax ignored them. Optics on the stars. Human kinetics carved surgical paths. No excess kills. Sato's screens filled with fractures. Captains fleeing solo. Coalition splintering. Council unity breaks here, he noted for the log. Bands keyed fleet-wide. Secure the belt. No positals. Let them run tallies home. Lear watched the final drone swarm peel off, vanishing into debris. Coalition orbitals emptied. Remnants bolting for jump points. Fuel prayers spent. Harax slumped against the hull. We expected surrender.
They turned doctrine to dust. Human Marines closed the perimeter.
A squad leader approached, rifle low, hands up. You're processed.
No rage in her eyes.
Justa logistics. Lear raised friels in surrender. Record captured it all. Absence of assault, precision of absence. Humans didn't conquer. They endured, then accounted. The Galactic Council would hear this. Ghosts in the wires.
Ghosts in the wires.
Rex's gaze met Lear's. Log it true, envoy. We triggered the wrong species. Distant riles ummed again. Morrigoss steered. Director Sato's console pingered. Red line spiderweb across the stellar map coalition freighters, lumbering through the outer belt. He tagged the first choke point, a nebula-cloaked depot at Lagrange 3, Priority Alpha. Fingers danced. Second tag, asteroid relay at 47 Orsay. Bravo. Third, gas giant fueling station, Epsilon Eridani Fringe. Charlie. Supply chains mapped, he murmured into the log. Intercepts flooded in bureaucratic chatter from coalition clerks. Predictable routes, human drones had seeded the voids weeks ago. Ghosts in the wires. Sato cross-referenced manifests. Fuel cells, 72% dependent on Charlie. Armor plotting, Alpha's monopoly. Echoed the strikes. Bancy, package ready. Sync on your mark. Admin outbands grip the command rail. All ships, execute Omega Protocol. Corvettes 1 through 9, Alpha Depot. Frigates, 10 to 15. Bravo. Her fleet ghosted through the debris fields, engines cold. Screens bloomed with targeting locks. Riles hot. Fire. Kinetics lanced out silent spears from railguns. No warheads. No signatures until impact. Alpha Depot erupted first. Storage pods breached. Volatiles igniting in chain reactions. Freighters nearby vented atmosphere. Crews scrambling to abandon ship. Bravo relay shattered necks, comms buoys tumbling into the asteroid swarm. Charlie's fueling arms sheared clean. Plasma fire starved the pumps. Vance watched the cascade. Coalition heavies diverted. Panic jumps, burning reserves. Shortest in 12 hours, she calculated aloud. Let their admirals chase shadows. Her voice stayed level. Logistics won wars. Firepower just delivered the packages. Strategos hawks bellowed into the tackling. Punishment sweep. All ground armor to the surface holdouts. Flattened their nests. His bridge crew flinched, frills quivering. Human resistance had gutted the orbitals. Sats dark. Resupply silent. Reports trickled. Depots gone.
Fuel margins at 40%. Has slammed a Talon on the Yala table.
Full signals, decoys, push the heavies forward, crush their logistics hubs. Tanks rumbled from drop pods, treads chewing Martian regolith, coalition walkers, 8-legged behemoths, charged ghost pings, Uma signals flared, supply convoys, ammo dumps. Rack's optics narrowed. They break now. But drones swarmed from craters. Not attackers, hammer clouds. Armor columns veered into kill zones. Pre-sighted rail batteries. Bursts of hypersonic rounds punched through joints. Walkers toppled, crews ejecting into marine fire teams. Hacks forward elements stalled. Regroup! Pull back! Too late. Fleet probos blinked red. Ground forces overextended. Stranded, Ambassador Lear Keth clutched the interceptor pad. Static cleared Council priority burst from the core worlds. Coalition losses 27% fleet tonnage. Supply integrity compromised. Fractures in command unity. Lear's frills flattened against his neck. He huddled in the captured outpost. Iraq's guards slumped nearby under human watch. The screens flickered with Vance's strikes. Circuli synchronized. No waste. Humans hadn't charged the lines. They'd mapped the veins, then severed them. Lear cross-checked Sato's ghost feeds. Intercepted clerk chatter. Predicting the routes. They turned our bureaucracy against us, he whispered. Council updates piled. Allied fleets peeling off. Captains citing unviable sustainment. Rack stirred beside him, mandibles clicking. Envoy, your recorders catch this? Lear nodded, spines rigid. The coalition spent itself broke. Chasing spreadsheets turned lethal. Humans didn't rage. They accounted. Sato's feeds updated. Coalition ground sweeps faltered. Armor bogged in dunes, false signals draining batteries. He leaned back, sipping black coffee. Racks overextended. 60% of their heavies exposed. His team murmured approvals, analysts plotting next intercepts. A ping, bans, after action. Depots reduced to slag, no survivors needed. Sato tacked the log. Cascades confirmed. Council unity at 41% cohesion. He forwarded to High Command. Earth's retaliation wasn't fury, it was math. Bence's breach hummed. Sensors painted the retreat. Coalition stragglers limping to jump points. Fusion cores flickering. No pusits, she ordered again. Secure pickets. A lieutenant glanced up, ma'am. Their command ship signaling. Bandside the trace. Rack's flagship. Power dipping. Log it. Let them carry the lesson home. Her corvettes fanned out, rails cooling. Humans held the belt now. Coalition firepower blunted by ledgers. Rax paced his dim bridge. Alarms wailed, fuel at 18%. Ground reports, Walker slagged, Marines mopping remnants. How? He growled at the comms officer. Their signals ghosts everywhere. The officer's crest drooped. Intercepts, strategies. They knew our manifests, our clerks' broadcast patterns. Rax halted. Humans hadn't matched their tech. No exotic drives, no swarm mines. Just data patterns. His talon scraped the deck. We brought the storm. They brought the map. Lee's recorder whirred softly in the corner. Rax ignored it. Orders flew. Abandon surface. Consolidate orbitals. Butsats were blind holes. Heavies drifted, waiting resupply that wouldn't come. Bursts sink his path to the council net. Bursts confirmed. 3 major allies invoking clauses, exiting coalition ops. Human retaliation precises, sustainment impossible. His band cycled hot. He'd argued caution pre-invasion. Primitives, the elders scoffed. Earth, backwater, nukes obsolete. Now, spreadsheets, shattered fleets. Lear glimpsed a Oman marine outside the viewport, rifle slung, scanning horizons. No gloating. Who's to watch? A keyed a private log. Council triggered wrong species. Underestimation breeds consequences. Sato's map refreshed, coalition fractures, spracked, captains jumping solo, ignoring Grax hails. Bureaucracy predicts, he noted. Priority codes glowed next choke points tagged. Gas miners at Trojan swarms, relay chains to core. His drone clouds waited, silent. Bands keyed fleet-wide. Resupply incoming. Stand down hot. Crews complied, mag cycling empty. A sensor tech piped up. Ma'am, their envoys broadcasting. Vance nodded. Let it ride. Truth spreads faster than kinetics. Eri stayed on the voids. Logistics secured the win. Firepower followed. Hax slumped into his throne. Breach lights deemed to conserve. Evacuate ground. All assets to the flag. Protests rose. Overextended armor begged extraction. The shuttles lounged, but human corvettes shadowed. Picket fire nipped flanks. No kills. Warnings. Rax mandibilis ground. They tie with us. No. Worse. They dismantle. Leaves frills rose as Marines breached the outpost. Ambassador Lear Keth, hands visible. The squad leader's voice clipped professional. Lear complied, recorder pinned open. Uman scanned it. Nodded. Transmit your piece. Outside, Riles hummed distant ghosts stirring. Rax met the Marine's gaze. No fear in her stance. Just procedure. Sato watched the capstone. Coalition remnants bolted, talus trailing. Unity breaks, he logged. Earth endured. Accounted. never anger humans. Bunce's fleet tightened the noose, not to strangle, but to watch the unravel. Council would hear. Ghosts in the wires multiplied. Spreadsheets waited for the next lesson.
Learjet slammed the holographic brief onto the council dice. Coalition forces fracture at the seams.
Rex fleet hemorrhages drones. Human corvettes shadow every evac shuttle. Senior Minister Bors crestflaret. Junior envoy, you parrot humana propaganda.
Lear's frills quivered. It projected the intercepts. Supply lines severed. Morale logs screaming desertion.
These are our own signals, Minister. Gas miners at Trojans report human pickets enforcing no-fly zones.
Ghosted, the chamber erupted. Thalix, the Krell block chair, pounded his podium.
Rax is decorated.
It crushed the Vex uprising in hours.
Humans? Primitive siege breakers at best. Lear jabbed the hollow. Coalition icons blinked red, overextended, fuel-starved. They predict our bureaucracy. Every resupply convoy hits ambushes, readiness drops 80%.
Bor leaned forward, eyes narrowing. You were embedded.
Did humans bribe you? No. Le's voice sharpened. Gol, warn them. Eyewitness Marines breach the out professional, no rage. They transmit my peace offer fleet-wide. Talix barked laughter. Peace from prey. Rax rallies at the rally point. Core fleets converge.
Lear's mandibles clicked. Protests drowned him.
Ministers voted down his recall, unanimous. He stepped back recorder feeding data to hidden channels. Outcome? Ignored, but truth leaked.
Admiral Maravance's fingers danced over the console.
EHAC, confirmed. Council relay live. Headbridge crew snapped to stations.
The Sol fleet hung at Legrand Shadows, resupplied drones nesting in Trojan swarms.
No hot loads, mags empty. Kinetics cold. Sensor tech pingeth. Their envoys broadcast rides our wave, ma'am. Livketh warning. Vance nodded.
Amplify it.
She keyed the hijack payload. Crystal footage of invasion dropships glassing half-domes. Coalition troops executing civies under compliance edicts. Receipts Timet stamped. Transmit ultimatum, she ordered. Her voice overlaid the feed, calm as logistics audits. Galactic Council, your coalition invaded neutral space. Crimes documented. Withdraw all forces beyond Sol Heliopos within 72 cycles. Non-compliance triggers asset forfeiture. This is not negotiation. Comms officer glanced up. There are scrambling blocks. Too late. Relike. Caskets to core nodes. Vance's eyes locked on the void. Rax remnants boiled toward Earth's deep space rally point, a choke point of relay debris and gas haulers. Goal, shatter confidence. Conflict their denial. She watched pings multiply. Rival states lit up. Krell rivals Bex neutrals. Downloading proof. They'll call it bluff. Vance tapped the fleet net. Ghosts stirred. Drone clouds, silent till now. They'll audit their ledgers. Outcome, ultimatum viral. Panic rippled galactic. Director Kenji Sato's terminal chimed. Captured coalition orders scrolled. Rax flag directing blind assaults, supply maps exposing weak flanks to rival borders. He isolated packets. Leak vectors primed. His intel hub thrummed under Cheyenne Mountain. Screens mapping member state rivalries. Krell hated Talix block. Beck simmered from old grudges. Sato bundled the orders, invasion timetables, brief logs to neutrals. Dispatch, drones fired the leaks. Anonymous routed through black market relays. Rival states' war rooms would wake to blueprints of their own betrayal. Honestly, Din. Sato-san, Council traces us, he smiled faintly. Led them. Go. Fracture alliance. Fingers flew, team stamps matched Vance's receipts, predictable bureaucracy. Ministers hoarded intel. Now rivals saw the full play. Pings confirmed, Beck's fleet shifted orbits, Krell envoys demanded audits. Sato loved it. Unity breaks. Outcome, schisms ignited. Coalition hemorrhaged without a shot. Tategos Rax's flagship shuddered.
All power to thrust.
Punched to the rally point. Bridge crew strained at stations. Lights flickered, power diverted to engines.
His invasion force on Sahama dwindled to desperate lances. Overextended armor, shuttles nipped by human corvettes. Tactical officer chittered.
Humans tightened the noose, strategics, corvettes at grid 7, drones bailing Trojans. Harrax mandibles ground. They toy. Flank speed, ram their rally. Go, break through, force surrender. He envisioned humans begging at the core. Alarms wailed. Incoming fire, picket kinetics. Rails hum distant. Human corvettes dance edges, slugs grazing shields, no kills. Warnings. Hax slammed his throne.
Ibasibe, launch counter drones.
His clouds deployed veteran swarms from Vex Wars. They tangled with human ghosts, smaller, faster, predicting bursts. Explosions lit the black. Half his drones vaporized.
Status,
Rax roared. Shields at 40, rally point, 2 lights out. Officer frills drooped. Their admiral broadcasts, crimes footage. Our troops glassing domes. Rax froze. Leah's bad luck's match. Crew eyes darted, doubt seated. Flag to all ships, ignoring assault formation, a key direct to core. Council, Rax, Ullman's crack. Reinforcements, silence. Then static leaks, flooding channels. Rival voices. Talix bribed us.
Orders confirm.
Betrayal. Rax's crest collapsed. Ullman's had in charge. They'd accounted. Supplies mapped. Bureaucracy weaponized. Censors screamed. Ullman fleet coalesced, not charging. Enforcing. Corvettes herded stragglers. Rally point loomed. Debris fields, gas miners logged down. AVAC ground assets complete had demanded. No Marines hold outposts, Officer Pyle. Their commander Vance, logistics secured. Firepower follows.
Hex rose.
A boat rally scattered to core. Too late, rails sang. A corvette de salvo cracked his flank cruiser. Clean kill. Crew pods ejected. Humans collected them. No executions. Bridge shook. Shields failing. Rax gripped rails. They dismantled empires with spreadsheets.
Never angered, Learketh's shuttle docked at the core station. Marines waved him through, professional nods.
His recorder spun. Full brief, ignored by ministers. He strode to the dice. Bohr's chamber empty, evacuated. Holo screens blared Vance's ultimatum, looping crimes. A Krell guard blocked him. And boy, ministers fled. Jer pushed past. Fetch them, Frills rose. Ullman sent thieves. Council shattered. Bridge ping. Sato's leak confirmed. Rival fleets blockaded coalition yards. Rax flag blinked. Engines cold. Corvettes thirstling. Stand down order, comms asked. Vance eyed the boy. Monitor. Ghosts multiplied. Next, choke points tacked. Conceal heard. Ghosts in the wires waited. Rax escape, pod tumbled. Picked up clean. Uman voice crackled. Strategos Rax, this is Admiral Vance. Welcome to accountability. A slump.
Underestimate humans? Consequences followed.
Precise. Unjilling. Strategos hackslan his claw on the tactical rail. There, Uman fleet signature. Full formation. Dead ahead. Pitch crew erupted in growls. Sensors locked the bloom. Heat flares blooming like a supernova nursery amid the debris fields. Coalition corvettes swarmed forward, enforcing the rally, as flagship the Ironclad surged at the heart of it. His invasion had pinned Earth forces here, outposts stripped bare. Surrender loomed. Range to target, Rax barked. Closing fast, Strategos. Their signatures match Van's battle group carriers, rails, the works. Rax barred fangs. Humans fought dirty, but numbers lied. His coalition outnumbered them 3-1. All batteries hot. Fire on my mark. Admiral Mara Vance watched the holotank from her command perch. Decoy heat blooms pulsed right on cue. Sato's drones, mimicking fusion exhaust, lasset with chaff ghosts. Hack's formation burrowed straight in, corvettes herding stragglers into the sensor dead zone. Nebulardos choked the arrays. Perfect. Status on the lure, Vance asked, voice level. Locked. Head-ups officer replied. Flagships leading the charge. Coalition splitting to envelop.
Vance nodded. Logistics first. She'd evacuated ground teams hours ago, cached ammo in the rocks.
Firepower followed patterns. Hacks chased victory ghosts. Hold fire. Let them commit.
Her fleet hung silent, Riles charged, boarding cutters prepped in the black. Director Kenji Sato tapped his console in the shadowed CIC.
Interth painted it clear. Rax bureaucracy lagged. Supply maps outdated, coalition yards blockaded by rival fleets. His leak worked.
Now is spoof beacons. Trigger sequence alpha, SAT-2 ordered.
Dead sponge keys. Timed pulses erupted across the zone. False IFF signals mimicking human squadrons peeling off. Coalition sensors lit up. Formations fractured. Krell heavies veered starboard. Vor frigates port. Rax core bunched tight. Blind in the dust. Sato's eyes narrowed.
Predictable.
Aliens built empires on checklists. Humans turned them against themselves. Coalition split confirmed. Analyzed. Flagship isolated. Sato leaned back. Que the ghosts. Rack's bridge alarms wailed. Bogies flanking. Human wings breaking. Impossible, he snarled. Reform line, main batteries. Target the core bloom. Crew scrambled. Iron-class Royals thrum. Plasma lances charging. Rax watched the holo display. Human carriers swelled, rails glinting. His finger hovered. Fire first. Break them, mark, volleys ripped out. Space ignited, main batteries, hammered empty blooms. Decoys vaporized in fireballs, chaff blooming wild. No kills registered. Sensors flickered, dust jamming returns. What treachery! Rax roared. Where are they? Shields at 80%. Feedback from our own fire. Weapons officer yelled. Return fire ghosted in. Silent at first, then rails sang. Ben's tank updated. Rax wasted his alpha strike. Coalition flanks peeled away, chasing Sato's beacons. Her corvettes danced the edges, picking stragglers. Boarding teams lounge, she said. Cutters streaked from bays, sleek darts cracking atmosphere if needed, but here pure void. They vector straight for ironclad's drive section, marines in magboots and pulse rifles. Flagship's batteries reloading, tactical reported. They're blind. Vance gripped her console. No rage. Just math. Press the kill. Learjet gripped his shuttle's crash straps as it bucked through the debris. Council orders. Observe the rally from Rax's flag. Junior envoy or not, he smelled rot. Humans didn't scatter like this. Docking clamps thooted. He strode onto Ironclad's bay, frills twitching at the chaos. Crew rushed past, ignoring his envoy stripes. Alarms blurred. Strategos. Lead called into the corridor. A Krell Marine shoved him toward the bridge. Witness if you must. Fight if you can. Lai reached the observation blister just as hell cracked open. Rax doxed sparks. A right struck sheared his port battery array. Clean, surgical crew pods jettisoned, humans tractor beaming them mid-void. No kills. Containment. Drive section breached, engineering screamed. Boarding cutters slammed home. Breaches bloomed on flanks. Human marines poured in. Methodical. Pulse rounds cracked armor. Crowd charged, claws rending, but humans flanked with grenades, breaching charges. Harax drew his plasma blade. Repel them! Marines hit the bridge corridors. One squad cracked the hatch, Vance's insignia on their plates. They moved like clockwork. Suppress, advance, secure. Lear watched from the blister recorder spinning. Cutters wedged into the drive core housing. Humans swarmed the glowing reactors, hacking interfaces. Nullo looting. Precision seizure. Command core offline. Officer gasped. Hacks fun. Marines breached the bridge. Lead figure. Vance herself? No, her teams. They zip-tied officers. Plasma cutters, slicing consoles. Yield. A human growled. In broken coalition standard. Rifle trained. Rax lunged. Blade met. Rifle stock clang. Uman seat-stepped. Boot to knee. It crumpled. Restraints clicked. Van's breach ping clean. Sato's voice crackled. Car seized. Harak secured. Yards report blockades holding. She exhaled. Ghosts multiplied. Next choke points tagged. Recover teams. Collect pods. Transmittee. Stand down. Comms officer nodded. Ultimatum lupe to councils. Crimes listed. Receipts attached. Logistics of accountability. Sato monitored intercepts. Coalition chatter fractured. Fear spiking. Rival fleets turned. Blockades ironclad. Hacks escape, but tumbled into human tractors. Pickup confirmed, Sato said. Voice the welcome. Learjet stood amid the Marines on Ironclad's captured bridge. Hacks slumped in restraints. Eyes hollow. Umans nodded him through. Professional, no gloating. Envoy, a Marine said. Shuttle prepped. Council waits your report. Ears freeze quivered. A glimpse to holofeed. Vance's fleet coalescing. Corvettes herding coalition remnants. No charge. Enforcing. His record captured it all. Ministers would ignore, but the lesson etched deep. Rax's pot hatch hissed. Woman voice crackled. Strategos Rax, this is Admiral Vance. Welcome to accountability. He slammed against the padding. Rails had sung. Spreadsheets dismantle, never anger humans. Vance eyed the void from her perch. Ghosts waited in the wires. Conceal heard now. Choke points loomed. Next vector, Hexo asked. She tapped the plot. Core station, they rally there. Fleet guts multiplied. Precisa, unyielding. Lead shuttle, undocked. ironclad trailing like a prize. Estro to the core station dice, Bohr's chamber empty. Ministers fled, hollow screens blared Vance's loop. A Krell guard blocked him. Envoy? They evacuated. Lear pushed past. Fetch them. Send the receipts. Friels rose. Humans fought back. Console shattered. Bridge pinged again. Saros leak bloomed. Rival fleet sealed yards. Hag's flag cold. Corvettes circled. A stand down? Comms asked Vance. Monitor? She replied. Lesson delivers. Underestimate at peril. Learketh thrust the captured command core into the hollow projector socket. Circuits whirred. The core station's central chamber flickered to life. Empty seats stared back. Minister spots abandoned, Vor's throne cold. But feeds from a dozen worlds lit up. Council eyes locked on. Ministers, Lear broadcast, frills rigid, view your invasion plan. In full. Cuspies rippled across linked channels. Aborti delegates tentacles, spammen. Surrender terms from the primitives, Lear keep the core. Rack's original strategy unspooled, fleet vectors slicing Earth orbitals, blockade choke points, ground assaults on key silos, timelines precise. Assumptions bold, humans would fold under superior numbers. The projection froze on Phase 3, occupation garrisons. Lear's claw stabbed the pause. This failed. Humans captured ironclad. Rack's yields, your plan, played back. Panic bloomed, a Krell warlord bellowed from his feed. Please, Rack secured, victory. Watch, Lear snapped. Fast forwarded to intercepts Satellite. Human corvettes ghosting supply lines, spreadsheets predicting every resupply halt. Coalition hulls cracked open not by brute force but patterns exploited. Humans turned bureaucracy against them. Frills quivered across the links. Lear's recorder captured it. Alien shock hardening to fear. Alarms wailed. Shuttles docked, ministers slithered back, robes askew. Bohr arrived last, his crest flattened. Explained this outrage. Before Lear replied, a human signal pierced the net. Admiral Vance's voice, calm as void. Galactic Council, this is United Earth Fleet Commander Mara Vance. Ceasefire terms. Full withdrawal from Sol system. Preparations in raw material. Your choice of worlds. Sign a binding non-invasion charter, or we proceed to your yards.
Bohr's eyes bulged.
Lear stood aside, freeze still. Humans offered terms, no gloating. Just logistics. Borti delegates huddled. Withdraw. Hacks fights on. He lost his flag. Lear cut in. Ironclad trails my shuttle. Corey captured intact. Projection split. Van's fleet held position. Corvettes herding coalition stragglers like errant drones. No advance. Enforcing bubbles. Lear glimpse, Sato's handiwork, sealed yards, rival fleets pinned by precise jumps. Krell delegates broke first. Abandon Grack save our docks. Bohr's slammed his podium. Unity, bots flashed. Faction splintered. Borthii, Krell, aye. Even Hack's allies flipped. Withdraw, the tally read. Leave strategos to humans. Lear's frills dropped. Council shattered. Underestimate humans, pay the price. Strategos, Rax gripped the signing stylus. Human Marines flanked his part, rifles low, no chains, just presence.
Ironclad's bridge hummed under Vance's occupation. Lights, steady.
Flat tone, professional. Rax's claws trembled. Rails had sung with promise. Fleets conversed on Earth. Then spreadsheets unraveled it, supply maps predicted, bureaucracy mapped like veins. Vance's fought with data, not just guns. Vance's face filled the local feed. Estrategos. Terms clear? He nodded. Withdraw. De reparations.
Charter.
Stilus scratched plasteel. Orbemed to remnants. Marines stepped back. No cheers. Shuttle waits, the lead said. Council's done with you. Rax rose, legs weak. Never anger humans. Admiral Vance tapped the plot from Ironclad's command perch. XO leaned in. Rax signed. Remnants scattering. Fleet holds. Bands replied. Monitor choke points. No pursuit. Sensors ping. Coalition holes fleeing Sol edge. Corvettes ghosted flanks, enforcing without fire. Sato's intercepts fed real-time. Council yard sealed. Minister suing for separate pieces. Core station next? Exo asked. Benside the vector. If they balk, but they won't. Humans won through precision. Aliens through numbers. Balance tipped on assumptions. Ping, Lear, Keth, Shuttle, signal. Admiral. Council complies. Public viewing broke them.
Vance nodded to comms.
Logged. Stand down all units. Fleet ghosts faded to standby, lesson etched. Earth breathed. Lear watched from his shuttle as Ironclad peeled off. Oman fleet car left behind, no glowed, host position. Core station feats looped the surrender. Hrack's signature. Vance's terms accepted. Ministers scattered to homeworlds. Vor spot dark. Factions bowed isolation pacts. Humans fight back. One whispered across open channels. Never trigger again. Lear's furrows settled. Ekiet his report. Caution first. Council insiders learn. Underestimated at peril. Bat's voice echoed one last time, fleet-wide. Sol secure. Return vectors approved. Aliens out at resilience. Humans, who's did the job? Director Kenji Sato reviewed the final intercepts in Geneva's war room. Screens glowed. Council votes tallied. Haydax abandoned. Yards emptying. Clean, e murmur. Signals mapped. Supplies choked. Bureaucracy weaponized. Preparations inbound. Charter drafts ready. Sato leaned back. Bands holds the line. We build from here. No fanfare.
Logistics won wars. Ban's fleet ghosted homeward.
Earth loomed blue. Council watched from afar. Unity cracked. Uman's humble in victory. Aliens? Terrified of the next spreadsheet.